A progress report on my 1973 Triumph Stag. Currently had the motor removed. It's got a 3.5 Rover motor with a Celica 5-speed Toyota transmission. I'm currently going to upgrade it to a 3.9 Rover motor. So with the motor out, I've decided to repaint the engine bay and do some various other bits and pieces while I have the car here. Have removed the petrol tank, had that pressure tested. There was a repair at the bottom of the tank which was a bit average, so had that tidied up and replaced. I've also got the steering column out. I'll give an update on the steering column as a separate video. So while I've had the car, I've decided to tidy up the inside. So I've completely replaced the seam seal on both sides of the floor pans and repainted the inside of the car. There's some shadowing from the lights, but I think you'll get the drift. Floor pans are in excellent condition. No rust in the floor pans whatsoever. Well, on this side anyway, I'll show you the driver's side. There's a little bit of rust there. So coming up really well. So that's the passenger's side. Now the driver's side, there was a little bit of rust just along here. There's just about 3 holes, so they weren't too bad. I've decided to, I just covered them in seams. I've treated the rust and etch primed it, covered it in seam seal and painted it over. At this stage I think I'll look to repair that at a future date. Other than that, the floor plans are in really good condition. No rust. Other than that, on the spot. So that's the floor pans. I've also, while the tank was out, painted the boot. The boot has had a repair done in the past by somebody, and there is some rust there, and the same on the other side there. And unfortunately there was it started to get a little bit thin in a pinhole through there and another one through there, which again I've just seam sealed at this stage. So I've re-seam sealed all the boot all the way around the edges and repainted the whole boot. Unfortunately, because of the time constraints I have with getting the car back to get the motor in, I just really wanted to tidy up the floor and was unable to paint the whole boot area at this stage. I'll do that at a future date. But tidied up the floor while the tank was out, so good job done, I think. Right, let's have a look at the engine bay. Okay, so I've stripped the paint in the engine bay, taking advantage of the fact the motor's out. I've removed the brake booster and clutch master cylinder had to come out so that I get the booster out, and I've managed to strip everything back pretty much to bare metal. There was multiple layers of paint and some sort of black substance which it didn't make the engine bay look particularly good. I'll show you around the other side in a minute and you'll see what I mean. But I think that should come up reasonably well. Give it a good sand and smudge priming and build it back up, should be good. With the Rover motor, it was a motor out of an SD1 Rover. The water pump was reasonably long, and whoever did the modification has knocked around the bodywork a little bit where the radiator goes to shift the radiator further forward. It's a little hard to tell from this angle, but I'll go around the other side and show you. Well, I think I'll do that now. Right, on this side of the engine bay, you can see where I've started stripping the paint off from the corner here, and you can see this black product that's over multiple layers of paint. So in getting should come up reasonably well. Okay, what they've done to get the radiator in is that they've smacked this in here, and that's all dented in, and it's the same on this side here. I've actually, this bit here is still pushed. I've got to bring this forward a little bit. They've cut this here so that they could push the radiator further forward. I'm going to pull that back, re-weld this. Hopefully we can tidy that up. I've got a little bit of rust in the battery box. I don't know whether there's supposed to be a hole there, but there certainly is now, and it's pretty thin. Other than that, it's pretty good. So not sure whether that'll get replaced at some other stage. At the stage I don't have the time to do that, but that could be jobs for another day. Yeah, that's pretty much everything at this stage. I'll talk about the soft top and work I'm doing on that as well in another video. Well, that's all for now.